Yes. Okay, so the audio is good. Um, so this is going to be the demo of that app I was trying to explain earlier. So obviously this is like super bare bones, at least at the front end level, but um, I kind of just wanted to show functionality. So like my initial assumption for what this app would be like is kind of like Discord, um, where people can create communities, but I wanted to have a focus on a certain level of customizability that I think is affordable to most users given AI code generation and stuff. So at a high level, let's just create a server. So let's call it fun create. So this is gonna create this server. And as you can see, there's like, I've already have some stuff built up, but the first thing that I would want to like look at is that when you click on these give links to like a pop out, but you can also just as well do that. And this is like a live text environment, so like as I make changes here, like it's much like CodePen. So um hello, this is new text. When I stop typing, you'll see it goes there. And this isn't just for the HTML. For the CSS, we can also do something like uh, let's make it black. So like that. And then likewise for the JS. So for this JavaScript, we can, um, well, there's a lot that you can do with the JavaScript. So actually, I wanted to show that next. So I think I had an example I think it was example. Yep. So what this is basically, how would you explain it? Like, I made a little bit of a uh, chat room. So like, let me just minimize this right one and this right one. Okay, cool. So when I type here, I can type hello. It'll update on both. On here, I can type hello again. I can say hello and both, right? Behind the scenes, this is all implemented through the front end the same way that I had previously shown earlier. So like the HTML contains just this input box and this output box, and then oops, and then the JS, that's HS. JS is like this. And there's kind of like some machinery going on, but just to explain that second part in the message I'd sent. So inside of the JavaScript, we push objects into this window so that you can access them. So for example, I have this object called DOUV. It's just kind of like a placeholder variable that's like easy to type. I didn't really think through too much about it, but inside of this object, there's a data map. And this data map is this collaborative object that allows users to send data between each others in such a way that it's much like Google Docs or like any other collaborative application. So the users don't really need to think too much or not really think too much, but all the tools for how you would set up a sort of backend can't exist in the front end. So for example, in this example, we have this messages list that we initialize with a blank array. Um, so this is kind of like an initial step. If it doesn't exist, we'll add it. But once we add it, it'll always be there. So subsequent users will hit this line directly. And this is a collaborative array as I've created here, meaning from this object, we have functionality that we can pipe in using callbacks. So we have this event callback where an event has some changes and deltas, and manipulating those changes and deltas allow us to control this box. So now you can imagine we can make modules as such and connect these modules. So for example, in the very initial page that I create for the user, this one, so let's make a blank, right? Just a new one. This extra component is actually this component. Uh, maybe it's log in lowercase. Yes, so it's this page, right? And actually, this is embedding the log page via an iframe. And essentially, you can imagine then the workflow for creating these types of collaborative communities can work similar to Discord, where users have roles that allow them to manipulate certain components or use certain components, and then through the generic interactions that we allow the users to code, they can make any sort of um, Discord website. So at a high level, it's like a coding, a community platform which has real-time collaborative tooling to allow users to build the site naturally. So like as you can imagine, the type of contrast that I'm trying to look at is like the differences between something like IRC, which was like the original, um, like one of the original communication platforms that people used online for like text chat, to now where the medium to which we manipulate text rooms, privileges, and all that is built into the application itself. And in this way, we can imagine like the tooling that Discord, for example, provides users that they then use is a subset of all the features that a user might want to implement. And like much like MySpace, they reduced the set of options primarily to allow users to choose. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I'm like taking this video way too long. I'm gonna stop it now and just do the rest of this text.